Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Menkov. Today, 7th of January, 2023, and I'm continuing my series, Daily Reality with Alex. And today I was willing very much to speak about space and to speak about what is the meaning of the question we are always asking ourselves, and this question is where. A lot of us are trying to know ourselves, but do we ask ourselves, where is the I am? Where are we? And what is the positioning of each us in the space? And what is space? And is the space only the physical matter reality? And in how many planes we, the human beings, simultaneously exist? And it is a very important question because a lot of time, a lot of us are just selecting one realm of dwelling or one place of dwelling, and they're deciding that this is the only place where we exist in the moment. What are we experiencing, and where does our experience happen, and on how many realms simultaneously our experience is happening is an important thing to know. That's why when we speak about reality, when we speak about a construct of reality, we need to be a lot of open-minded towards the meaning of space and towards the answer of the question where. And where is a very good question because it is pointing you to a vocation. And where is a specific vocation? Because actually the concept, when we speak about the existence of a creator, and one of the things that define the gods or the God who created everything is that he is everywhere. We are beings that, according to the Bible, are created in his image. And then the question is, where are we? Of course, the fundamental answer to the question is, of course, Alex, we are placed upon the planet Earth. Then we are placed in the body. And the third thing is that after this, it happens to be that we don't know so much about the where. So where are we exactly? Can we be in a body and not be part of the ecosystem with which we are surrounded? Can we stay in this body and not be part of the cosmos or the universe in which this body is able to exist? And what is the body? And are we inside the body? And what is then reality? And why, if I am in this body and this body is my tent, and this body is my home of dwelling, where am I? Am I only in the body right now when I'm speaking with you, and digitally the information from my image is transported directly live by Facebook into your computers? And what is transported into your computer or in YouTube when you are watching this video maybe 20 or 10 years later? What is happening with me? Where am I in the moment? Am I only in the body? And when I'm expressing, this is what you are receiving in your data streams, the expression of the I amness, which according to all of us, the human beings, is only in the body. But then is it only in one place? Because this is very important also to locate where is our specific vocation, because based on this, we are answering the questions in how many realms simultaneously are we dwelling. Because when in my mind right now I start describing you, for example, an apartment in New York, and I start explaining you vividly about this apartment and how many rooms are there, and how there is a color green inside, and so on and so on. And in my imagination, now I'm placed in a location in New York, in a specific apartment, in a specific street, on a specific floor, and I'm explaining you about this when I go into my imagination where I am. Yes, Alex, you are still in this body, and everything that I am experiencing is happening only in this body. This is one of the ways we can look in reality. And then when I'm moving my body from one location to another, only then I'm changing the place in the physical matter reality. But what about the mental place? What about when my thoughts are constantly into the past and are connected to a specific situation in the past where I was hurt and I have received a specific trauma, and constantly my mind is going back to this past moment? What is happening then? Where am I? Am I only in the body? And when I'm in the body, how big is my dwelling inside of my home called the body? And the concepts of measure that we, the human beings, are saying, well, the universe is big, and then the human being compared to the universe and to the cosmos is very small. But then the human being compared to everything, because it's a ratio principle, compared to all my small cells that are factories and that are doing a lot of specific processes inside of my body, then inside of a body, let's say, of a person that is 1.8 meters and approximately 100 kilograms, and he has some type of a physical materiality space, then inside of it, is it where I'm dwelling? This is the question for answering where I am, because where I am, there is where I'm experiencing life, and this is where actually everything happens. If we stay only in the realm of the mind and only in the realm of the body, and here inside of the body is where all the experience is happening, then we are limiting a lot ourselves, because we are not dwelling only in one realm. And since we cannot describe what exactly we are as human beings, not only the physical materiality body, but what more there is inside of us, then we can speak about developing relationships, developing interactions, and who is interacting with reality. Is with reality and the outside 5 data stream flow that is happening to me daily, who is interacting with it? Actually, I'm interacting through my eyes, through my ears, through my touch, through my smell. And what is happening when outside of me is coming the voice and is creating vibration in everything that is around me, how meaning is coming out of me, and why there is an intelligent interaction between me and the reality. Is the reality with which we human intelligent beings are interacting, is the reality also intelligent, and are we communicating back and forward something? Where are we? Are we just here inside in this body? Are we dwelling in a big mindfulness where there is no limitations, and why there is a feeling inside of us a lot of times that we are not limited, and we cannot feel that I'm staying inside the borders of this body? So one way to look at our reality is to say that everything is just happening in the body. But even if this is so, and if environment in which this body is situated, and if the physical matter reality and the location of where this body is not important, let's just imagine this. then we will not need the sun, then we will not need the moon, then we will not need the cycles, then we will not need to have the visual connection with the heavens, then we will not need to experience the seasons. Then why all this outside construct is creating, which is to constantly interact with our bodies and with what is inside of our body, which we label as the I am. And for me, this is a very important question, where I am located. And since I personally have envisioned myself and I have identified myself as a border zone creature that simultaneously is presented in several realms, at least 2 or 3 different realms of interaction. So when we go outside of the realm of forms and the realm of visual, and when we just close our eyes and we don't see anymore the visible physical matter reality, where are we? We are still in communication, we are still inside the physical matter reality, but we don't sense it anymore, but our mind is still working. And where are we going with our mind? This is what is happening with us when we are in the sleep mode and when we are in our subconsciousness, and then we dwell into our imaginations and things are happening inside of us. It is very important, because when we are starting to explaining reality and starting to explaining concepts and starting to make understanding where all these processes are happening, are they happening only in our brain, or is everything in the reality construct happening simultaneously in several places? And then we are speaking about the interaction between the inner being and the outer physical matter reality. But before this, we need to understand where everything is positioned, because according to me and to my personal experience, and this is the way how I'm modeling and working with my reality, I never think that I'm so limited, that I'm influencing only my body. The moment I start speaking, the moment I start making conscious decisions, the moment I make choices in reality, a lot of processes are linked to me. And in the moment in my personal reality, though now we are in a weekend, there are so many processes that are happening simultaneously, and people are affected of decisions that I have made. And in the moment, maybe approximately 1,000 processes outside of my body are working for my future experiences that I'm going to experience in my physical matter reality, and that I'm going to absorb and comprehend and understand and make awareness with this body. So this body and what is inside this home is actually so interacted with so many things in the physical matter reality, with so many other beings in the physical matter reality, and with so many other type of invisible thought processes in the realm of the mind, a lot of images in the realm of the imaginations, and in the spiritual, the non-physical, visible, sensible sense also in this realm. I'm 100% and constantly participating, influencing, and affecting reality. Also based of the way that I'm interacting and the way that I'm connected, because we are not only individualized consciousness, but we are part of a much bigger picture. And the best way to express it is with the hand. If this is me, if this is you, if these are all the other people on the planet, since we are connected, and from here, if you just somebody is explaining you, for example, about the field, and you see just this part, we are like, every one of us is just interconnected and we are just together. If we go only up there then you see the individualized consciousnesses, and that we look that we are not connected. But if we go deeper level, we see that there is a very big connection. So if me is part of a connected reality, and I'm constantly in collaboration with everybody else, where I am I in the moment through my interaction inside of you also? How are we interacting with each other? Do we interact like we are separated, let's say 20, let's say 2,000-3,000 kilometers away, but still we can feel each other, still we can interact with each other, and still our two entities are in 100% connection and interaction. So this is very important, because when we start saying and answering the question where I am, I can give you the answer that where I am is everywhere where my intent is working in the moment. And in the moment, my intent is working in India, my intent is working in Malta, my intent is working in Greece, my intent is working in Bulgaria, my intent is working all over the world based on all the connections and all the things that are working for me in the moment, in the physical matter reality. So through my intent, I have so much presence around the world in different locations where things are happening based on the intents that we have expressed as human beings specifically, and this is only in the realm of the physical matter reality. And what about the realm of the mind? Where are the thoughts? Where are the fortresses and the construct and the delusions and the illusions and the so-called fighting and the different type of truths and the different facets about what is true and what is not? Where I am there? What are my thought processes that are influencing everything in the so-called collective invisible and collective internal? If I'm not connected in the moment with you in the collective internal, you are not able to understand even one word of what I'm saying and what is the meaning of the word. My sound is specifically on specific vibration and specific tonality, so you understand every signal, what is the meaning by decoding, and then after you understand the word, you understand even the deeper meaning that I'm putting into my expression right now. And this is the way we are communicating, we are connecting with each other. And if you think about the Tower of Babel and what happened out there when all the humans decided that if they unite together, they can come so strongly into building their own type of community that they can even come up to heavens and to really blast out and express everything that they were in this moment and go and conquer or be dwelling in totally different place that what they are dwelling in the moment in the place of the earth. There is a lot of negatives in what happens there, and it happened for a purpose, though we don't understand the reason why exactly the creators are stopping so beautiful thing that the human beings are doing. We are uniting. This is our passion, this is our urge, that one day all of us are united, that one day all of us are so much into the same vibration, into the same sense, into the same meaning, into the same purpose, that we behave as a hive and we can do impossible things together, united, where everyone is doing its own part. This is the dream of humanity, and yet it was something that was stopped through intervention. And in the moment, we have a separation of more than 200 nations, more than 300 or 400 languages, and we are comprehending and understanding each other, but there are a lot of divisions in all the different realms, and we are constantly fighting, and there are different constructs and there are different understandings, so that we cannot, even if we want, unite 100% and be a total unified consciousness up there and working 100% cooperation, because in the moment a different process is happening upon the face of the realm of existence we call the earth. Does it mean that long term, in the future, we are not going to be united and working 100% collaboration, understanding, and connection, and be merged between the spiritual and the earthly, between the physical matter reality and the non-visible, between the intelligent part of reality, and everything is flowing in one direction? Well, in a sense, we all dream about this wholeness, but there are at least, of course, two processes going on. One is a process where everything is evolving towards the direction that it is supposed to go. And then there is the resistance process where everything that is trying to resist is more and more disconnecting than the processes that are making us to come closer to our creator, to our purpose, to our meaning, and so on. And where are we all the time? According to me, we are simultaneously experiencing reality in different places, and that's why it's important to never choose or close ourselves only in one part of reality. If we decide that only the body is the most important thing for us, we can close ourselves only inside of our body. Then the health becomes the most important thing. Then my egoistic part of the realm and my personal house is very important. I don't want to communicate with others. I select very well whom I'm going to communicate in order not to destroy my vibrations, in order not to feel something that is going to lower my consciousness. And I start going into defensive, selective modes, and I just want specific type of group of peoples. I don't want other types. I start becoming defensive. I start to prepare. I go into the preparational modes where I start predicting everything bad that is able to happen in order to start preserving the most precious thing we call a body, where we are having our experience only. But if we know that there are layers of experience and that the bodily experience is not the most important part of the experience, that we are created long-term to experience, and that our destination and our direction is not inside our body that is constantly decaying, and long-term we are anyhow going to be separated from our body, this event is called the death. Of course, there are hopes long-term that we are going to experience resurrectional process, transformational process. A lot of people believe and think about reincarnational processes. There are a lot of different labels, but for sure, all of us are anticipating that there is something more. And this is what I wanted to speak about, because then when you think about purpose and meaning and what we are doing every day, if we think about the different places and dimensions, and then the answer to the question where, when we know that we are affecting at least several dimensions simultaneously, and that we are present and experiencing reality on different type of levels, then physical matter vocation will stop matter. It doesn't matter if you are in New York, in Hong Kong, in Africa, in India, in Bulgaria as I am, or wherever you are around the world. The geopolitical and geo-economical vocation will stop starting to have matter for you, and more with the digital improvement of the world and the more of the connectedness that we are experiencing, it is going to have less and less matter. Of course, there are little different type of events that are happening in the moment where it's trying to create a division, a schism between the Western and the Eastern world, and geolocations to start mattering again, because in the last maybe 20 years that we have experienced, because of this globalism, we were able to feel a little bit of this feeling that this geological and geophysical location doesn't matter. Now, again, for example, if I was living in Russia or Ukraine, it was going to matter a lot for me, my geophysical location, because in the moment with my age, maybe I should be or would be at somewhere fighting for one or the other side, depending on the location where I was going to be. But long term, the idea of humanity is to be in such a state that the physical materiality location is not the only thing that we as human beings are experiencing. And then it happens to be that it is important for all the other things that we are doing, because we are doing three things: our beingness, our doingness, and our havingness. All these three things are to happen simultaneously in the several realms of experience where we are existing simultaneously and together. So my answer to the question, when we speak about reality, and this is the way I'm exploring reality, where I am. Yes, I am inside my body. Yes, I understand that there are processes that are happening on a daily basis. There are processes that are happening in my head. There are processes, and that is why it's very important. My internal state is connected with my physiological state and how my body is presenting itself, and if it's a healthy body, and if all the processes are in such a way connected with the physical materiality, so I am experiencing the maximum part of my being, so that my spirit can be expressed to the maximum through this body, so that my soul can feel the most of the freedom that is possible without limitation based on this body functions. This is one part, but there are a lot of other layers where we are also to take our positionings. We are to take our positionings in our body. We are to take our positioning in our inner world as a ruler, where all the thoughts, all the imaginations, all the intent, all the decision, all the attention, everything that is happening inside our inner individual realm is ruled by who we are. Of course, we then can enter in each realm of reality into an interconnection and into collaboration with different types of other beings, some of which are labeled as God or gods or different type of entities which are outside of us. But it is very important to understand who is the ruler, to what extent we are the ruler, and who are we able to give our power to in such a way that it is beneficial to us, and from whom we are to be in authority, and not to give our power, and we're not to be under some other type of influences. And then it happens on the thought level, because there are so many thoughts that are bombarding us, and what do I see and what do I hear is constantly trying to rule me. Or am I going to go into the educe and exploration process, where I'm taught everything from within, and I don't need an external mentor and an external coach who is going to tell me exactly what I'm to do, because I already have everything inside of me. At least this is how in Christianity the Holy Spirit is working from the inside out and teaching the one who is baptized and who have the Holy Spirit about the truth and about everything that is out there. So I have created for myself this process of education from within, extracting from within the truth. I'm not searching for the truth only on the outside and to find the objective reality and the objective truth, because a lot of us think, Alex, once we see the objective truth, then we are going to understand everything, and then everything is going to be easy. No, the insight is constantly collaborating with the outside reality, and they're constantly going into communication, and in this way, little by little, we are to enter into coherence. Only this, in this way, we are starting to experiencing in the real reality the truth. So this was a very a small interaction with you, where I wanted to express more about the vocation, and never to stuck and to become dogmatic that there is only one vocation. For example, some of us think that the vocation is out there. Some of us think that the vocation is only in ourselves and only solipsism matter, and I'm creating my own reality, and so on and so on, and then only my inner being matter. No, all the different vocations where we are present simultaneously matter in the same time. It is not possible to influence and to rule in reality if we are not simultaneously open and present in all the different vocations that exist out there. And why I'm not specifying all of them and labeling all of them, because I'm still exploring, and I'm entering at least 2 or 3 or 4 different types of realms simultaneously, and it is working for me in everything connected to the physical matter reality. And of course, then long term, the most important thing is how my being is validated and working and interacting together with the physical matter reality data stream. This is the most important part of experiencing the existence and the life. So thank you for watching today. Bye-bye. Enjoy your reality. Continue exploring in the explorational process. In the reality, there is no weekends, there is no working days. Every time in the different realms, it is wonderful, it is interesting, and it is really nice to be and to dwell and to exist and to experience and to stay. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye.